We have Mamdani's homelessness problem. So funny, my girlfriend in New York actually sent me this. His decision to end admin's homeless encampment sweeps will cause quality of life nightmare. Well, I don't give a f***. That's what you guys voted for, so enjoy. Okay, you guys thought, Adams and all the other dipshits that have ran New York were terrible. I mean, didn't Giuliani do a pretty good job? I know everyone hates him, but I feel like he did a pretty good job. It was kind of the last one. It's going to make your quality of life a nightmare. That's crazy because I already thought your quality of life was a nightmare. So I didn't really think that this was going to make it worse because when I go to New York, I think it's disgusting. The subway carts that are empty because the guy's ODing on fentanyl. You're stepping over literal piles of human shit. There's rats everywhere. You're surrounded by liberals, so that's already bad enough. That'll make your quality of life a nightmare. And maybe it's just, only going to get worse, but that's okay. You can go send in the therapist to go talk to them and they'll just take over the streets and you can walk around them and, enjoy. I don't know. You guys voted for it. So that's kind of what happens. You kind of have to deal with the consequences. Same here. By the way, this whole thing of I'm very aware what's happening in California, but New York is by far a more expensive, worse shithole than California. Because in California, there's a lot of red parts. You know what I mean? So we have a news story about Mamdani's decision about this. If you are not connecting homeless New Yorkers to the housing that they so they don't need housing. Oh my God, it's the same in California. You build them $500,000 condos that I can't afford, and then they're all empty. All the housing is empty. Why? Because they're drug addicts. Because they're loser, mentally ill drug addicts. That's why they don't go in the homes, because the homes require that they're sober. Oh my God. It's I can't even believe that people don't know that. I would love to go interview liberals and I will bring a homeless person with me, pay them $5 for the day and be like, here you go. You can talk to him. Oh, there's a housing issue. So kick out the immigrants. So kick out the millions of immigrants that you put in housing I can't believe they let them put them in hotels, which is disgusting. Any hotel that houses migrants and all the diseases they're bringing over the border should be shut down. But it's oh my God, it's a housing shortage. Bro, this sounds weird. My best friend spends a lot of time with homeless people. I don't know. He thinks they're great or something, whatever it is. He's they don't want to be in society. If they wanted to, they would. You can give them food. You can give them housing. You can offer them jobs. It doesn't change anything. They're not like us. Do you know how crazy you have to be to want to sleep on the street and eat cigarettes off the ground? They're not like us. It's not someone who had a bad day. A lot of people have a shitty day, okay? I have them all the time. I don't decide to go, do fentanyl every day and abuse cats, okay? Which they do. And they abuse animals. That's a whole nother thing. So I'm just letting you guys know, they're not like us. You don't have to have empathy for them. You don't have to have sympathy. I am not that person that's going to sit here and tell you I'm a good person. I'm not one of the Zionist influencers. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to tell you you're a horrible person. But, it doesn't work. You're just going to spend more money and it's just going to get worse. So that's what that is. All right. We got Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to implement more inclusive and equitable credit scores. Oh, you know what this means, guys? What does this mean? We're going to have more inclusive and equitable, not for whites, not for rich people, not for anyone smart or doing well. This means black people. We're going to make things, so we're going to go ahead and just keep going down to the bottom % of the country that ruins this country and contributes nothing to make everything better for them while we completely screw over the smart people, the wealthy people, the hardworking people. And then eventually, once again, it's going to be 2006, 2008 all over again. Everything's just going to crash. It's all going to go shit. You're going to lose everything. We're going to lose everything. And we're going to continue to live in hell because we need to always cater to the bottom feeders of this country. Make sure they're okay. You know what? You don't have to read anymore. No, just pass them. Just pass them through school. Put your black on your resume, get the job, take it away from the Asian kids who have done nothing wrong and can't get the jobs and can't go to schools anymore because we have to give them all to the people at the bottom. And then when we live at that with the bottom feeders, let me know how great the country's going to be. Okay? Yeah. And that's what this is for. It's for black people because we can't tell them you can't read, you're illiterate, you're mentally and we have to now give them their own credit scores because, as Kanye would say, they're not exactly telling them how to balance a checkbook. Okay? Yeah. So we have a post from Kalshi college graduates now have the same job finding rate as high school graduates. And I talked about this on X because I was like, well, I've been told by all the liberals I've debated for years that my opinions are all completely irrelevant. I am a stupid loser because I did not graduate from college. And I'm like, well, thanks. It wasn't an option because not everyone can afford to go to college. So that's a very elitist point of view. But I said, just kind of common sense. Like, look, say you skip college. What do? Most people like me, you go straight to working. So while those kids are being made into gay communists for 4 years, I'm building an incredible resume. I'm also networking. I'm meeting people. And by the time they get out with their shitty entitled attitudes, and all they've done is like figured out in 4 years I'm actually trans, and that's, my new personality. I've already had 15 jobs. I've made tons of friends. I've networked. And also, I'm not in 6 figures of debt like they are. So therefore, I'm making money usually faster. And yeah, some jobs you have to go to college. That's okay. I mean, no offense. I applied for all those jobs and guess what? I got them. Because you know why? They knew I was going to go in there, listen, learn, put my head down, and do what I'm told. I wasn't going to be like, oh, well, actually, that's not what my history professor said, which everyone I know that hires kids straight out of college, they're the most entitled kids. And by the way, half the times, I don't know, they're doing like coloring charts in college now. They're not even like developing real skills. So yeah, I am not surprised by this, but a lot of people are. And I don't understand because I'm like, well, books are free, dumbass. So I chose to read, and that's how I got my knowledge and information, which you can continue to do after you graduate. But yeah, nothing I say, it's all irrelevant because I didn't get a liberal arts degree according to everyone.